Okay, alright, I gotta take a breather on this show because this first show got me off the edge of my seat. And I'm sorry I'm juggling around, moving the camera around because I had to just go in on this show. I really need to talk about this. I cannot believe what I've just watched. Oh, I'm shaking. So, normally I'll do reviews on shows that I said I was going to do and some I probably won't, depending on how I felt about it. This show just moves me. Okay, Tower of God, don't get me wrong. It was good. I'm not saying it was bad, but it was like, okay. But this show, oh my freaking God. This show, I mean, literally, Crunchyroll Original is stepping up his game. And this show got me off the edge of my seat just by looking at the opening and the ending. I love the opening. I loved it and I love the ending. But this show I gotta talk about and I want to talk. So, it's not just a review. This is a oh my God type review. And I mean, in a way, I'm gonna talk about the God of High School. Now, the God of High School. I'm sweating. This is so freaking intense. The God of High School was one of the shows that everybody was waiting for. A show that was generally going to be like the most talked about show of the summer. And watching the first episode, it is going to be the most talked about show of the summer. In terms of like new shows that's coming out, God of High School is going to be the one. Now, it took me a while to understand what the hell is going on with this show. And I can see what's going on. I mean, like, it's a tournament held in Korea, and basically, as I'm watching, I kind of see what's going on here. It's like, everybody who's qualified, well, to qualify for this tournament, you have to face everybody. No matter if it's weapons, no matter if it's brass knuckles, it's like every fighting style you know, and you use it in a big arena. The big arena. So imagine all the characters, and I put the video game characters in example way. Imagine you put all the characters from Dead or Alive, and they fight and prove who's the winner. Imagine you put a whole arena of Tekken characters. It's like, welcome to the King of Iron Fist tournament. And you got every character in Tekken going at it. Or, the funniness, imagine you put all the main characters of Shonen Jump, every main character in Shonen Jump, and then you see who is the best Shonen Jump character of all time, and you just see that. That's what the Tower of God went up just by looking at it. Now, Tower of God, it shows some interesting characters like Jin. And when I look at Jin with his eyes like black, with the black eyes and the little shiny star thing, I don't know, it reminds me of Misaki from Hello Happy World. You know, if you watch Bang Dream and you see Misaki eyes, you kind of see that. But Jin, he's a cool guy. Like, he reminds me of Tai from Digimon. Like, if you guys know Digimon, right? And you guys know Tai, you know, with Agumon. He got the hairstyle for it. If you give him the goggles, he looks exactly like a Digidust. He looks exactly like freaking Tai. So, he wakes up, clock's broken, and he's running with his bicycle. And I'm like, this guy is defining anime logic with his bicycle. He's not even dead. He is so energetic that he's zooming into the streets just to get to the God of High School arena. Now, along the way, we see other characters like Han, a laid-back worker guy, which I'm starting to like him. And then you got Yu, and she has a huge muscle. She loves muscles, kind of like that girl Akime from How Heavy the Dumbbells You Lift. You know that weightlifting thing with all the girls. And she reminds me of that personality-wise, where she has that kind of a muscle fetish type. So she has that. Plus, I kind of like her for the hair, you know, the glasses. I mean, every anime character's like the glasses. But now as they get into the arena, they stumble upon this motorcycle guy who's robbing purses. And I like the quick recap of like, oh no, she doesn't have her purse. What does that mean? She gonna like lose everything? I like the quick resemblance of it. So he started chasing her. Now they did show us the first 5 minutes of the sneak peek of the show. And they give us what we expected, and I loved what they did. Like the punch. The moment Han punch, I'm like, damn. In anime, and here's another logic. I know we're talking about anime logic here, but let me ask you this. How the hell did she got a bicycle hit in the face, and then a street sign that you see in the streets, those highway streets, hit her in the face, and she walking with that steel sign on her face. How has she lived? I mean, how she lived through that, I don't know. But damn, she is brawling to withstand a bicycle hit and a big old street sign in the face. She still lives. Brawling. Now, I like how they show every character's coming to the game. Like, one character that really surprised me is that guy with the book. Red, I think he got a red tracksuit, and he wears glasses, and he has a book. And all he does is like hitting people like with reading a book while he's facing. I love that guy. And then I saw this girl with blonde hair who chewing gum, kind of like Dead or Alive Tina, but she did a Stone Cold Stunner, and I watch wrestling. I love wrestling, and Stone Cold Steve Austin's like one of the top 10 greatest wrestlers. So when I saw her doing like the stunner, I'm like, way to go. I really hope she does some more wrestling moves just to get the fun of it. But that's it. I also like the part that they show their neck-grown fibers in their bodies, and I like the two nurses. But the back, if you pay attention to the background of it, it says Crunchyroll Webtoon. That's the funny thing about it. I like that. I really do. I like that. Now, I love the fight seasoness. It's giving us the vibe like you want to see this more and more as it goes. I really am excited to see that. I want to know. And then they show this other guy, and Jin is just he's toying with him, like, just pull his pants down, just toying with him. And he took the kick, but he still lived to this one. And she did that force palm thing, just force palm. And I'm like, she don't even need a sword to kick your ass. She could just Hugo force palm that shit. And I'm like, damn, she busted. Oh my god. I'm really, and now from the opening, I'm seeing some interesting characters. I want to know more and more about these other characters. I really want to know about these characters and why they competing in this tournament. I see what they're trying to do with the show. They're trying to give us the more hype of this to get a better understanding as to why they're competing in the God of High School. So I really am looking forward to where the future lies in this show. Now, this is the biggest talk. Is the God of High School going to be on the top? Like, if we're talking about Anime of the Year, like we go to Crunchyroll Anime Awards this year, God of High School has got to be on the list. I mean, this is one of those things people have been waiting for. And people who haven't seen it, like the webtoon stuff, like myself, I haven't seen or read it, but watching the first episode got me excited to, like, I'm not going to read the manga, I'm just going to watch it. That type of person. So I really am looking forward to what fights are we going to get from this. And watching the first episode, it left us so hyped that we can't wait to see next week. I'm looking forward for next week's episode. That's all I'm going to say. But this show is going to be the most talked about of this summer. Compared to Fire Force Season 2. Compared to Ray Zero, Sword Art Online thing. And I will say this, Rent a Girlfriend as well. Which, by the way, I am going to review on Rent a Girlfriend. But like I said, the God of High School is the talked about show. And the hype of it got me off the edge of my seat. To a point where I'm like, oh! And there were some good fights you want to rewatch over and over again. Which is why I'm going to do it again this time. So again, I look forward for episode 2, and I hope you will.